Have you ever sewed something up, tried it on, and the shoulder length is way too short? Well, today I'm going to show you 2 different ways to make that adjustment. And one of them will be your preferred method, so make sure you watch both of them. The first thing we need to do is figure out how much longer do we need to make the shoulder. And we're going to be using George here as an example because he has really broad shoulders. One way we can figure out the shoulder length is by using a tape measure. And we're going to be measuring from the neck all the way over to the shoulder where we want our sleeve to start. And I have about 6.5 here. And another way we can see how much we need to add to that shoulder length is by taking the pattern, placing it where it needs to be on the body at the shoulder, and then measuring the end of it over to where you would like it to be. And if I measure here, I've got about 1 inch. And you can also see that the armhole is coming in on the body a little too much. And this generally happens when your shoulder length is too short. So if you just use a tape measure, what you want to do now is measure the shoulder length on your pattern. So measure from the neck over to the edge of the armhole here at the tip of the shoulder. And when I place my tape measure here, I'm getting 5.5. And when I measured on George, I got 6.5. So there's that extra inch I need to add. Plus, I need to account for my seam allowance since that's an actual finished measurement. So I would come out to 7 inches, which means I need to add 1.5 inches to the shoulder length. And as you can see, both methods got the same number because when I placed the pattern up to them, I also needed an extra inch plus my seam allowance, which is going to be my 1.5 inches. Now that we know how much we need to lengthen the shoulder, let's get into that first method. For this first method, we're going to be drawing a line all the way through the pattern from the hem to the shoulder. You want to keep this line somewhere near the mid-shoulder. It doesn't really matter precisely where it's at, but somewhere in this area. Now we're going to cut on this line almost all the way down through the bottom of the pattern. It's going to be important that you don't fully cut through your pattern. We want one little spot to hinge from. As you can see, it's still attached in this little spot right here. As you can see, I've added some extra paper and taped the pattern down on this side. Next, we're marking out 1.5 inches from the piece of paper that we have taped down. So I'm gonna mark out here 1.5 inches along this line. This has given me a point that I can swing this pattern over to. So we want to bring the other half of the pattern over to this 1.5 inches mark, and we're going to tape down this other piece of the pattern. So you can see that our shoulder has gotten 1.5 inches longer at the top, and it's also widened the body of the pattern just a little bit to completely nothing at the bottom. So this is a great method for keeping the armhole the same shape, lengthening the shoulder, and we do get a little extra in the body, which could be totally fine for your pattern, especially on a shirt like this. But if you really didn't want the extra down here in the pattern, you could always take it out of the side seam as well. But we are not done yet. We need to straighten out that shoulder. So we have this area here that's not quite lining up. You can see that the tip of the shoulder here is popping up. So take your ruler and line it up with the tip of the shoulder and the tip of the neck and draw a new line. And you can see by doing this, we are going to cut off this piece here, and we've added a smidge right here. So we're going to cut through a little bit of the existing pattern, and we're adding a smidge of paper in that section there. And now we have a beautiful smooth shoulder that has been lengthened 1.5 inches. So the nice thing about this method is that we didn't mess with the armhole, and we've extended the shoulder, but we've also reblended essentially the armhole, because what we've done is we've pushed it out on the body. Now you wouldn't just want to extend the tip and not the armhole, because then it's going to cut all funky into your body. So what we've done is we've pushed the armhole out, which we needed to do through this alteration. Now that you've adjusted the front of the shirt, you also want to adjust the back of the shirt. And we are going to do the same thing. We're going to draw the line through the center of the shoulder. We're going to cut it open, tape down half, and extend that shoulder by 1.5 inches. And we need to do this because the shoulder seams sew together, and we want to make sure they're the same length when we are sewing everything together. There we go. Now we've done the exact same thing to the back pattern piece, so they're going to sew together great. You can see that the shoulders are the same length on both pattern pieces, and they line up perfectly. So now you can see how the shoulder length here is a perfect length, and that armhole is coming over right where it needs to be for our sleeve. But we haven't changed the length of that armhole, so our sleeve is still going to fit great. And as you can see, the armhole is much further out on the body. This is going to fit so much better on the body there too. Before we get into this next pattern manipulation, if you're enjoying Sewing Anastasia, make sure you like and subscribe. It really helps out the channel a lot. And if you're already a subscriber, thank you so much for watching today. These videos are for you guys. And if you want to learn even more about sewing, make sure you check out my online and in-person classes. There's links down below in the description. Now, let's get back to this pattern. Now we're moving on to the second method, and at the end, we're going to compare them, and you can decide which one you like best. Let me know down in the comments. I'm real curious to see which one wins. I have a new front shirt pattern to work with, and we're going to be extending that shoulder 1.5 inches. But we're doing it in a new method. So I have my front shirt pattern, I've taped on some extra paper, and we're going to extend the shoulder the 1.5 inches from the shoulder tip, and I'm going to put a mark there. Now, what we need to take into consideration when we're altering it like this is that we want to keep the armhole the same length, so that way our sleeve and our other details fit into it. So what I'm going to suggest you do is measure it, and a lesbian rule is great for this. Make sure you're starting it at 0 at the bottom, curve it to the shape of your armhole, and I'm getting just a little past 11 here. And now what we want to do is keep that the same. So the really cool thing about this ruler is I'm going to hold it here at the bottom, and I'm just going to bring the ruler out to 11, that little past 11 there. So that way I can keep the same length of armhole, and now I can draw over here my extension shape. Now I'm going to take my French curve and just draw this line a little darker for you to see. So now you can see I've extended the tip of my shoulder 1.5 inches. I've blended into mid armhole, and I still have the same length of armhole that I had before. And I did this by using the curvy lesbian rule. If you don't have a lesbian rule, what you can do is extend your 1.5 inches, and then you're blending to the mid armhole almost always. And so once you blend to the mid armhole, you should maintain that same length, and you can always double check by measuring with a ruler. To make the back and the front shoulder the same length, we're going to do the same thing to the back pattern piece. For the back, we're going to extend that shoulder the 1.5 inches. We've got that mark. Then we take our French curve and we blend to mid armhole. And then we're essentially done, but you should always double check that your line lengths are the same by using a lesbian ruler or a regular ruler, measuring your original armhole length, and then measuring your new armhole length. And they should be the same, and if they're not, adjust accordingly, and if they are, fantastic, you can cut it out. So our back and our front armhole are different shapes, as they should be. What you're looking for is that the armhole length is the same, and that the shoulder length is the same as the front, and then you'll be good to go and your sleeve will fit in. And you can see that our shoulders are lining up, they are the same length. So now you've learned 2 different ways to lengthen a shoulder, and why would you use one over another? Let's talk about it. In the first method, we lengthen that shoulder by slicing through the pattern and opening it up. And through this method, it moves our armhole over, giving the front of our bodice a little bit more space. and it adds a little bit at the bottom, but it's really arbitrary. It's not that much that's really going to affect your design, but if it was for some reason and it wasn't a loose garment, you could always take it off the side seam. So this one here moves everything over and lengthens. And then on our second method here, we just extend the armhole and blend into the mid armhole. And this leaves the front bodice of our garment, or the front of the garment here, the same width. So if your armhole is in the perfect position here, but you just need a longer shoulder, this is the method for you. And through both of these methods, we have left the armhole the same length. So our sleeve is going to fit into both of these armholes no matter what method you choose. Thank you so much for watching today. I hope you enjoyed the tutorial on extending the shoulders on a pattern. And this video was for Chelsea. She needed some help extending those shoulders on the honey top. And if you have any special videos that you would like to see, leave it down below in the comments so I can add it to my shooting list. And if you want to learn even more about sewing, well, make sure you check out my online sewing club where you get a new pattern every month with all kinds of tutorials, and you get access to the Discord where you can hop in and ask a sewing question or two. And don't forget, there's also other online and in-person courses, so make sure you check those out through the links down below in the description. And if you want to know what's going on today in the studio, well, make sure you check out my Instagram stories. Thank you so much for watching today. Bye!